Let's get into the National Cabinet now with Tim Blair in Western Victoria and Mark Nicholson from Stepmake Studios in the heart of the beast in Melbourne. Good to talk to both of you. Let's start with the serious issue, the fact that we understand Donald Trump has approved military plans and we could see US military action against Iran any day now. Tim, it's extraordinary because the world's talked about this, I suppose, in many respects for almost 50 years, but certainly when it comes to this nuclear program, it's been high on the agenda for the last decade.
Absolutely, and I think, maybe to the surprise of a lot of people, the way this has progressed and the way it's been especially progressed from Donald Trump's point of view and the American government's point of view, it's been step by step, it's been rational, it's been logical, it's been public, which is, I think, important. And I think it's going towards the only sort of sensible way you can when you're dealing with a regime that is obviously opposed to the existence of Israel and also opposed clearly to the existence of many of its own people, especially women.
Yeah, exactly. And look, you just can't take chances with stuff like this. And one of the impressive things about here, now, I want to be critical of Donald Trump at times, and he can be very changeable. But, Mark, this is an issue that he's had remarkable consistency on. He's always said that the Western world cannot allow Iran to get nuclear weapons, and he's stuck by that, and it looks like he's going to carry out those actions, stick to his word.
He's made it incredibly simple, and I don't know how many more warnings and clear warnings you have to get to make this all stop and to go away. You know, maybe it's the art of the deal and he takes it to 10, but it's pretty clear what's potentially on the cards here. And it's like, if I was the Ayatollah, I'm just a dumb infidel, but I would be surrendering. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be coming out, and even if I wasn't, developing nuclear weapons, which they probably are, I would be coming out with my hands up, white flags waving, and please don't do anything because it's pretty clear what's going on. I don't know what the game he's playing. I don't know if he's doing this. I don't know. Taco. Trump always chickens out, but I wouldn't be calling him a chicken and a coward and talking about irrevocable damage. Like he's barking up the wrong tree, this bloke. Oh, it's scary stuff.
Yeah, I would be finding out how to say unconditional surrender in Farsi and getting it onto social media quick smart. Let's have a look at the other aspect of this. Of course, our own dear Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, went all the way to Canada hoping to get 20 minutes with Donald Trump, and he missed out. But he had this to say. Have a look.
I had discussions with President Macron of France, Prime Minister Modi of India, Prime Minister Ramaphosa of South Africa, Prime Minister Scheinbaum of Mexico, Prime Minister Meloni of Italy, as well as saying g'day to a whole bunch of other people during the day.
This is just delightful, Tim. He's wandering around Canada saying g'day to anyone. He says, like, I didn't get to meet the president, but you'll do.
I think you might have misgendered Italy's leader there as well. I'm not sure. Maybe my hearing's not too good, but there might have been a Mr. Meloni. But yeah, I'd like to know what sort of. I'd like to read the minutes from those meetings to see if there was anything more than just a good day, because it didn't sound too substantial, and also it also read a little bit like a kind of report you file when you're claiming expenses. You know, I met all these people, I did this, I had lunch, I had lunch with the big business guys, and it seemed a lot of justification for not much achievement.
Yeah, it all makes me wonder, Mark, whether he really will go to the NATO summit next week, because if he turned up there and missed out again, there would be, it'd look like the biggest nerd at the dance.
Oh, he'll be going, Chris. He'll definitely be going. He loves it, mate. He can't. He wouldn't miss it for the world. This is his favourite thing. I know this. Like, I own a company. I've been to a few, these conferences and stuff. You go. You have a couple of beers. You call it networking. You do all that sort of stuff. Listen to him. He's basically slurring his words. That's what he's doing there. He's just like any of us, but he's doing it on the taxpayer dime. And I tell you what, he's posted a video of him hugging all these world leaders and saying g'day to them. And all the photos, he looks very odd. He looks like a man. Once you see this, you can't unsee it, by the way, boys. He looks like a man that's just wandering around trying to hold in a fart. He's very embarrassing when he's on these things. He's very awkward. And you know that if he did drop one, he'd just deny it anyway. But he just walks around embarrassing us on the world stage, and we're all paying for it. But
you make him sound like Les Patterson. Hey, Tim just mentioned the appalling treatment of women by the Iranian regime. Now, we're talking about young girls hauled off the streets for not wearing a veil properly, dying in custody. We're talking about people arrested and sent to jail for 10 years because they dared to dance. We're talking about people executed because they're against the regime. This is odious, completely odious. But listen to Whoopi Goldberg on The View, that lefty show in the US. She seems to think that it's just as bad for black people in America as it is for women in Iran. Have a look.
The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Tehran.
Killed for
I'm sorry.
What, they wear like
No, I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms out. I think it's very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're black.
Not for everybody.
Not if you're black.
Guys, don't go to Tehran. Do not, anyone at this table should go to Tehran.
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But, yeah, I know that. I know that. And we all know that. But every day, we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood?
Mark, this has got to be the worst case of equivalence ever, isn't it? To try to compare life in America to life for women in Iran.
Yeah, I'm now almost convinced that Whoopi Goldberg just exists to raise my blood pressure. It's some sort of pharmaceutical scam or something to try and get me on some sort of medication, because she just fires me up every time I see this stuff. Like, the equivalence is awful, but it's so misguided, and even the concept of this multi-millionaire to be able to stand here with the benefit of free speech to say something so stupid. Should be something that she's so grateful for. It's just so wrong.
It's so wrong. The good thing about Whoopi Goldberg is she does make my hairstyle look good. I want to show another excerpt from American television. This is Tucker Carlson, I think quite fairly catching out Republican Senator Ted Cruz. Have a look.
How many people live in Iran, by the way?
I don't know the population.
At all?
No, I don't know the population.
You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple?
How many people live in Iran?
92 million.
Okay. Yeah,
How could you not know that?
I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Well, it's kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government.
It's a bit of a gotcha, Tim, but quickly, it was a fair enough gotcha, wasn't it? He should know that.
Fair enough gotcha, and also not handled in an especially smooth way. I mean, when you're asked what may or may not have been a gotcha, you don't give the person who's asked you that the opportunity to answer it. They can fire back as though, I'll play the same trick on you.
Yeah, exactly. You did get me. Yeah. All right, we're right out of time.
I just wanted to see, how good would Whoopi Goldberg go with that surname in Iraq? Seriously, or Iran, rather.
She would not last 5 minutes. Well said. Thanks so much, Tim and Mark.